I needed to tuck that leg and to make sure I didn't kick my friend in the face.
Yeah.
We practice safety. We always have fun. Hello, my name is Ian.
I'm Lauren.
This is Lauren. Currently, we're sharing one microphone setup. Normally, we have two mics, but tonight I'll be wearing the mic. And you're welcome, and I'm sorry. We have awesome things ahead. Start on the ground here. Take your time. Check in with your body always. And let's gently get into our merperson pose or our tall sit. And we could look schlumpy, like me, or we could look so well thought out and engaged. And that's how we want to go forward with this practice here. Schlump a little bit and pull yourself with those abdominals to tall. Now with hands as outriggers, feel free to support. At the ankle, point and flex, flex and flex, or point and dorsiflex here at that ankle. And then gently turn the foot up, trying to look at the bottom of the sole of the foot. Press the lateral border of the ankle into the ground. Up, and down. I know that could feel interesting on ankles, but just work with that as a position, build some strength here. We could do the same thing with the back foot, but we'll save that for a second. At the knee, we could extend, and then maybe open up our stance in this modified 90 position. And with the front leg now, from the hip, could we try to turn the kneecap in, or an internal rotation on the hip? Maybe point, and then one or two again, an external rotation where that inseam shows up, and then an internal rotation on the hip where we go to the side, or to the inside rather. Bend that knee. From the hip as well now, we could lift and press into the floor. Lift and press into the floor. And then same thing out the back. We could try to lift up that knee, minimizing this upper body rotation as we do, but there it is. And then, can you see my foot out the back? You can see Lauren, so now that's that internal rotation on the hip. And then one more time, open, close, open, close. So don't be that schlumpy position, be nice and tall. With hands or without, let's just switch and quickly do the same thing on the other side. Engage that core to take ourselves from a slump out to the side and press tall. Using a yoga block or a chair to assist is also okay. At the ankle, dorsiflex shape, plantar flex shape, point those toes just like in your handstands practice, and we'll flex the ankle, dorsiflex, point. Now turn the ankle up and be wary of those arch cramps, and then press that lateral border of the pinky side foot down. Turn the foot up, check it out. So Lauren does have her hand there, I just see that. So it's a little bit aggressive on that lateral anchor bone for her. So she's just gonna support it with the hand there to take the edge off a little bit. That's a nice modification. I didn't see that until now, that's a good one. Okay, ankles, great. So now at the knees, just extend the knee. And this is the hip doing its job here, that external rotation if the foot falls out, and then an internal rotation going this way. But let's point those toes and do the same thing for a couple, using this arm for support, and then thinking about the hip internally rotating going this way, externally rotating going that way. Finish on the internal rotation, gently bend the knee, return. The front leg again from the hip could lift up, and then press down. Repeat one more, lift up, press down. And then that same thing can happen at the back where we stabilize through our core here and we lift up from the hip. And the tough one, the internal hip rotation in the back. And then same thing, lift and internally rotate. And again, this could be a nice modified position actually, because we're not slumping, we're not dumping in that. Press the floor away just like in our handstands practice. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, a little bit of a check-in. I love that little merperson series. My favorite thing to do from that, if we could, be easy on those knees, particularly if you've never done this before. You ever see a kid get up from playing Lego or anything on the floor? Oh, they extend through. Take your time coming down. Avoid that crash bang, and maybe two more. Extend those hips through. Give it a good squeeze. Nice and slow down. Extend those hips through and return. Let's just alternate that side here. So I'll do the same thing on the other side. Again, use those hands if we need for assistance, but we'll press through, extend hips, take time sitting down. Hup, extend hips, and slow, and up. From here, shift your weight over that knee, take a leg to the side, but then bring it underneath, and we'll progress that later. Later today or later next week. Open those hands. Wrist prep strategies for the handstand includes those open roots as hands, grip the floor, the blood donations forward, and right now pull the shoulders down. From this position, I like exploring our modified or first knuckle push-up, where we screw the hands in, press through the fingers in those first knuckles, and extend the wrist to straight and down. And we're actually flexing or bending the wrist, but get that wrist to straight. It doesn't matter. It's hard no matter what we call it. And we can always make it harder again by modifying our press position here and ultimately making it the hardest here. Getting those hand strength muscles fired up. Do the quarter turn that Lauren's prepared for here. And this is my right side that I'm looking at here. So I'm going to press through the right side, and I can see my fingertips turning white. Now I'm going to look over this side, and I'm going to fire up by pressing in the floor through the fingertips and press so hard I switch directions or shift sides. Push one way to go the other. Is that called action-reaction? It's called helps you in your handstand, says Lauren. So again, if we are in a shape that we're going too far over, push the floor away to go the other way. It's way easier to say that than it is to do it when you're upside down. We'll do our quarter turn here, open up those grips, pack the fingertips, and then very slowly flex or bend on the elbows, get to the first knuckles here, and press the floor away, and wiggle, 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 and shake. From here, we'll go into a couple core prep drills, hollow holds. Whew, everyone's least favorite drill here. Building our endurance to 30 seconds. Maybe a quarter turn here will be helpful. Beginner, advanced, Lauren, who are you? Follow Lauren for beginner progressions here and extend the task with me as we go through. Let's start with our head on the floor, feet bent, knees bent, feet on the floor. Lift your heart towards the ceiling, bringing our shape or shoulder blades off the floor. If this is okay for us, let's hold that position and lift our feet. Progressing along, straighten the knees up top. For the added challenge, incorporate 2 hands placed over the chest. And for 10 more seconds, maybe you could slowly open up towards this hollow shape here, modifying as Lauren is, and let's hold for 4, 3, 2, bend the knees, bring it in, and relax. For something of a nice stretch, and we'll do that again, let's lay down. Lauren might roll the other way so we don't roll into each other. But what I'd like us to do is take one hand and just gently place it overhead. If the elbow can't extend or flatten on the ground, maybe we should rethink our handstands. But with the other hand, reach the ceiling and point across your body, and using your core with your legs last, roll over to your front side. Do the opposite, but this time point away, reach to the side. We're going back where you came from, and lead with that nice straight arm, returning to overhead. Without steamrolling your partner, or maybe that would be fun, so let's just go for it. I'm going to take my left hand, point across my body, reach and roll, and not steamroll Lauren, but get pretty darn close here. And then, hey, she steamrolled right over me. But I have to go back now. So take that arm, look at it as you go. Hopefully that could feel like a nice upper back stretch, and return to the back. Let's do one more set of our hollow holds. First, we need to connect the rib cage to the hips in that C-spine little crunch. Whew. Here we go. Lift the knees if allowed, 30 seconds, which I'm counting in my head because I don't have advantage of a clock here. Okay, we're going to trust Lauren for clocks. The modifications again include single legs, maintain tension, We do not feel tension, pain in our lumbar or low back, but truthfully, I feel incredible tension here on my abdominals as I'm shaking and trying to have to talk. And how many more seconds, Lauren? Put your arms overhead. 5 seconds, 3, 2, soften knees, and off. From here, let's flip over and get into our first down dog, or our elephant as we would crawl around perhaps. In our handstands practice, we always want to press the floor away. So in that peak or down dog shape, shrugging the shoulders, press the floor away, and repeat our scap sets, or the pull of the shoulder blades down, the press of the floor away. Shoulder blades down or scap set pull, press the floor away, and now in a crawling fashion, right arm, left leg, left hand, right leg, crawl around the room in a forward. I'm going to switch and go backwards positions. I'm going to alternate and go lateral too. Work on nice hamstring mobility in this crawl and build the wrist endurance to handle the handstand load. Let's take a couple extra seconds here in a crawl, and then stiffen knees as allowed and fold and stack right back up. Get the hair out of the way, shake it out. And now I'd like to work on that single leg deadlift hinge, or a nice little entry drill for our handstand here. If we could, we'll walk first. We'll do a single leg hinge. And can we look to reach to the floor? Push the floor away to stand. Heel to toe. Can we reach the floor with a mostly extended spine here? And then push the floor away. And work on the wardrobe the next time with the hair. So same thing for a couple more. Hinging, pushing the floor away. Step hinging, press the floor away. Last couple here. Again, what's the heat check on the hamstrings? And again, one of the things I really want you to think about, you just saw Lauren do it right there. Really think about pushing the floor away. That'll help. There you go. See those wrists flick. That'll help us get back up. Typically in our strength practice here, we work with straight arms. Last week we were working on our cartwheels. We were working on our handstand, wall balances, etc. Today we're going to try something a little bit different and work on our flexed arm strength, or our crow position. Crow would be something like this. Just watch for a second. Hands down, high knees, hold your balance, breathe, breathe, breathe. Take your time to press. Ways to make that bent arm strength hard. Let's start simple. Come on down to the squat, Lauren. In your squat, we're going to open those hands just like in the wrist prep. Screw those elbows forward. Put your knees higher than the elbows or hug your triceps. Some people place their knees on the triceps or hug adductor. Both are right. From this position, could you transfer your weight and slowly lift a foot or two? And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's just gently get back towards a squat and hang out. And how does your crow look or feel at home, and how does the squatting position look and feel as well? There's modifications, of course. Oh, this is a nice safe squatting position too. Crow is going to help you really think about that weight transfer of pulling and pushing the floor away while also working on the elbows or the bent arm strength a little bit differently here. Let's do it again. Hands down, grip, screw the hands in, shoulders over top of the wrists to start, hug in nice and tight, and slowly transfer the weight, building that strength through the elbows, endurance in the hands, and hold. Point the toes when you can think of it, and then slowly get back to the squat. Hang out. This time in the squat, let's take one straight arm, place it on the inside of the knee, pull the knee from the hip into the arm for 3 more seconds, and then relax, and pull the knee away. You can see it better on Lauren than me. And then relax. Let's do the same thing on the other side there. So you have a straight arm. We're going to stiffen it from the armpit. We're going to pull the leg into that arm for 4, 3, 2, and then pull it open. Let's do one more crow. Let's see how that works. Screw those hands in. Stiffen the elbows to start. Load up on those triceps. Bend the elbows to get yourself lower to the floor and hover and hold for 3, 2. Who's in the same position that Lauren and I are? I just saw Lauren do it, so I had to do it too. So from here, can we press the floor away to come back to the crow?
The other day,
I need a rest. I need a rest, yeah?
The other day there was a question on the chat about what do I do when I'm going over, so my butt's going over my head too far. I found crow a really good thing to practice and get into your head, and then like we just did, and then being able to push back. That gave me a lot more strength to control the too much over. Side note.
Work on those balance in all the ways to become better, best and better in the way that you want. So from here, we were going to do kick-ups as our drills exclusively going forward for today. We're going to progress off of that single leg deadlift hinge. So Lauren will do a quick example of her version of the kick-up, which will include a tripod here, and then I'll do a quick version for me after. So Lauren will kick up in the tripod. She has stiff knees, pointed toes, and her goal is to maintain that split or the shape I'm trying to replicate behind. Nice and slow, and then down. Yep. And if it's good, roll with it. And if it's good, roll with it a little bit. But also we have 5 sets of that, so use sparingly at the same time. That's Lauren's version, the tripod kick up. I am most exclusively a step into my handstand kind of person. I'll alternate my legs. My amplitude is low here. We're just taking our time. And I'll do maybe 2 more here. Hold that balance up tall. And then last one. Okay, so maybe you didn't get a chance. Maybe you didn't get a chance, so let's follow along with one of us. And if you were choosing the tripod kick up, do them with me. And if you're choosing the fall in entry, do them now with Lauren. So you're only going to do them with one person. Watch the example. Do the opposite. Watch the example that you'll be performing at home. So if you're working on your kick-ups like me, let's do it here. And the same things happen where we have stiff knees, the shoulders set up over top of the wrists. Find your line and come down. Awesome. And come down. There we go. 3 to 5 repetitions here. Nice. You can see her head placement. She's looking between, Lauren is looking between the hands here. Varying degrees of where you'd like to find your head. That's the common place that I would be at as well. Okay, so that's our tripod kick up. Did you do both sides?
No.
Oh, next set, maybe switch that leg. What leg did you use to kick up off? Try to switch in your brain for the next time. Not quite enough oomph. Lauren just said that's better. Oh, darn it. And I thought it was better too because I felt, oh, it's hard to talk here. I didn't feel my knees go bleh at the end. I really felt stiff through the whole body with nice tension. Maybe it's straighter up. Yeah. Okay, so let's watch Lauren here and follow along. 3 to 5 repetitions. Find your favorite feet and breathe. Ooh. So as Lauren just said here, this is her other side. It's not her bad side. It's just the one that's harder in her brain to coordinate. And maybe that's because it's practiced less too. And that's all right. But do try to get those both ways going. But maybe for the last rep of the set, go back to the leg that you are really confident on for one more good one. Great. Nice. Let's take one quick break off of those handstands and just work on other kinds of balances, progressing towards our sissy squat. So today we'll focus on our toe squats. With our feet in parallel, slowly rise to the balls of the feet. The rib cage is down, hips are extended at this point, bending on the knees, press into the floor through the balls of the feet, getting to your safe toe squat, and stand back up with control. Take a moment, suck in a straw or hug together, press heavy through the balls of the feet, nice and slow to your safe low position, and up with control. And we'll go one more repetition here. Press heavy through those balls of feet. If you have a sore knee, press heavier on the other side and drive to tall. Balance and down. I think it's my turn. So in working on the kick up, I'll be alternating my legs here. Breathing. Normally Lauren would be critiquing and saying some stuff, so here I go. Better-ish. Going for best. Oh, that's my harder side. And final one.
Yeah.
Press away. Tuck the shirt in, performance-enhancing tips. Number 1. And learn how to do your hair better too, Ian. That would be a nice one too. So moving along, we're resting in between sets here. Stay loose. Shake out the hands if you're resting. Be loose. We could work on some upper back mobility here to really just open it up. But nice and soft with rest between sets. Nice. Can we just talk about that move right there for a second? Lauren did that twice today, once on her other side, and then that example there. Consistency in your handstand practice will lead to the ultimate goal of the handstand, but progress is measured all the way throughout. Lauren's main win for her handstand practice lately is not to go over so much. It's been really, Lauren has been very consistent with that. Big wins. Be quiet, Ian. She wants to do one more. We are handstanding. You are a handstander. The pressure is sometimes a lot. Here we go. Last one. There we go. Yep. Nice. Okay, quick break off the handstands. We'll do one more quick set of that, and then we'll have to bounce until next time. This time, can we get low into your safe squat with full feet on the floor, and you can see it really good with Lauren's knees over the toes. Okay, from that super low position, maybe hands crossed, can we rise to that demi point from down here? And then from that position, go onto the balls of feet. Heels, and rise up. I can't get quite as low as Lauren, so I'm not even gonna try. Heels heavy, rise to toes. Heels heavy, rise to toes. Let's do that 2 more here. Heels heavy, rise. Last one. Stay on the toes, stand up. Slow down. Okay, one more time on that handstand kick-up drill. Set your intention. I'm gonna try to keep my knees so straight and really aim for Lauren's approval of my tall, linear position here.
Keep my hand, you got to press. There we go.
And my last repetition. Whew. Nice. I like that consistency there. Lauren will do one more as well.
My thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Great.
Can't talk, so.
I do it for myself, but it is nice when you have that approval of our coach. So here we go. One last set for Lauren and her kick up. Follow along. Grow tall. Point those toes, Lauren. There we go. That's what happens when you point those toes. Or when you hate what your training partner is saying to you. Yep.
What is that straight leg, straight leg?
That was great. That was great. So I'll do that same thing here. So again, if Lauren kicks or touches the wood dowel, we're going a little bit too far. The little touch I gave her wasn't really fair. Excellent. I'd like to finish today's practice.
Do you do one more to be even, or you went?
I think I went.
Right.
So I'd like to finish today's practice with 1 minute of craziness.
Oh.
1 minute of craziness could include holding a
sabotage. You've made me go last.
1 minute of craziness could include something like this. For 1 minute, just hold a low tension plank in a nice hollow body position and practice loading your arms. That might be exhibit A or version A for a nice beginning exercise. A little bit more adventurous than that would be something like our wall climb. At this point is not the time to integrate new exercises into your repertoire, but walking up the wall and holding for time could be fun too. But you know what's the most fun?
Staying upside down.
Trying to stay upside down for the longest time possible. Let's approach that in a nice, safe way. We'll go about in 15 seconds here. Let's make those adjustments. And again, put the minute on your clock, maybe start the camera on your phone, and see what happens to your form and your endurance over a minute.
Okay, let's be safe. Where are you going?
Yep. I'll go right here, if that's okay. It worked really well when we went this way. You get a little closer to the turf, maybe? I don't know. I don't like that either. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
I'm so sorry for the logistics here. 3, 2, go for about a minute. Oh, a little bit rough on that setup. Oh, and some days you have it. And other days it's tougher, so I'm going to take a couple extra seconds here. Maybe I can look at Lauren for inspiration. Beautiful line, toe point. Okay, I should get focused on me. That's really nice. Oh, I need to press the floor way more today.
About 10 more seconds.
Okay, that's okay for today. All right, come on down here. That's a nice line right there. Okay.
I almost find it harder after just practicing kick-ups
I do too.
than when we practice the wall climb.
Always hard.
Oh.
Thank you very much for following along. Always have a great time here. Thank you very much. My name is Ian.
I'm Lauren.
And together we're Bars and Bells. Let's train with our kettlebells, which is coming up in about 30 seconds from now.
Yeah.
And train with our body weight as well. Stay simple, stay strong, and see you soon.
Yes.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye.